So sold in your area direct mail cards and new to the market direct mail postcards. The fourth way to generate quality market appraisals from sellers who are already on the market is to send them sold in your area direct mail postcards and new to the market direct mail postcards. Every time you sell a property, send out sold in your area postcards to the nearest 100 properties for sale with other estate agents. Now, when I say nearest, it doesn't have to be the nearest geographically. It could be the nearest in price or the nearest type of property. If you are selling a 4-bedroom detached, I would send the postcard to all the other 4-bedroom detached properties. And if I had sold a £1 million house, I would not send the postcard to the nearest 100 properties, I would send it to all the other properties for sale around £1 million. Most sellers want to use an estate agent that is selling similar properties to theirs, either in the same location, same price range, or same type of property. Again, make sure the postcard is personalised with your photo and your contact information. This is another touch point, and the seller will know who to call rather than have to call a faceless company. Now, here is the key point which most estate agents get wrong. Do not have the wording on the postcard that just states you have sold another property. Because if I got that postcard, I'd say, so fucking what? You're an estate agent. That's what estate agents do. It would be like a baker sending you a postcard to say he's baked a cake, or a car salesman sending you a postcard to say he sold a car. Whoopee woo, so what? The important bit is to say how you sold the property or what result you achieved. For example, you could say we had an open house, 17 viewings, 4 offers, and agreed a sale above the asking price. Now that's impressive. Or talk about a marketing strategy you used to sell the property. The buyer was attracted by the drone we did. The buyer came from our social media marketing campaign. You can say 25% of buyers for this property came from out of the area and due to our national office network. You could explain the property was on the market with another agent for 3 months. The seller changed agent, we improved the marketing, and we found a buyer in 3 weeks. A seller may read that and think, well, maybe we should change agents and get a fresh approach like that homeowner did. You can also add that due to the high number of offers on a property, we now have a number of disappointed buyers. So if you have a similar property, please call me as soon as possible. You could also add a testimonial from the seller. If you say you're great, I'm not going to believe it. But if Mrs. Jones, who lives down the street, says you did a great job for her, I'm going to believe it. Make the wording on these postcards different and tell a story, then the postcard will become memorable. Unlike postcards that just say we've sold another property, which just looks like you're boasting and people don't really like. Now imagine a home seller gets a postcard saying you have sold a property nearby or like theirs, and then the following week they get another postcard saying you've sold another property. Then the following week another postcard, and after a few weeks, if they are motivated and they haven't sold, they're going to call you to sell their property. Now they just keep seeing that you're selling lots of properties. Now other agents may in fact be selling a similar number of properties or may even be selling more properties than you. However, the home seller is not aware of what the other agents are selling or what their current agent has sold. All they know is that their current agent hasn't sold their property and you seem to be selling loads of properties. Now they may get sick of seeing all the properties you've sold and just want you to stop sending the postcards. But can you imagine having to call an estate agent when your property is not sold and say, can you stop sending me those postcards about properties you've sold? Well, if they're going to call you to complain, they might as well ask you to come out and see if you can sell their property. What's the saying? If you can't beat them, join them. Now, if they do call and ask you to stop sending the postcards, you have the opportunity to talk to them and see if you can get a market appraisal appointment. And if you can't get a market appraisal appointment there and then, at least you now have their name and phone number so you can stay in touch, and you also have their attention. Every time you list a new property, send a new to the market postcard to 100 homeowners who are currently selling a property. Ideally, it will be a similar type of property or similar area or similar price, or it could be something that they may be interested in buying, so something bigger or more expensive. Now, if they already live in a big house, they may be downsizing. So the important thing is that you are letting them know about new listings in their area or the price, similar price range. The benefits of doing this is that it's another touch point. They may be interested in buying that property, or they may know someone else who would be interested in buying the property you've sent. Or they may be thinking, I wonder if my agent has sent out a direct mail card to buyers in the area about my house. Well, the answer to that question is probably no. Now, if you're doing an open house on a new listing, send out an invitation to the open house and use some wording along these lines. You are cordially invited to the open house because you may be interested in buying this beautiful home or finding out more about our open house marketing strategy. We have a great deal of success selling properties using our proven open house marketing strategy, and the three main benefits to the seller are: 1, best price, multiple bidders drives up the price; 2, convenience, all viewings are carried out on one day; and 3, certainty. We have an 82.5% success rate. And if you would like to know more about our open house strategy, please call me on 1234 5678 or come along to the open house on Saturday the 17th of August at 11 AM. I look forward to seeing you there. Now, when they turn up at the open house and they see 20 people viewing the property, they will be thinking, how did they get 20 viewers on the same day while we haven't had that many in the last 2 months? Now, if you're wondering how to get 20 viewings at an open house event, I will do another episode called How to Create a Successful Open House Event to explain how to do it. Now, even if they don't attend the open house, they will get a sold in your area postcard telling them about the results you achieved, or see your video about the success of the open house on their Facebook feed, which I'll come back to later. The main reason for sending new to the market postcards is that they will see that other people like them are using you to sell their property. Robert Cialdini's book called Influence, which I highly recommend you read, is about the 6 principles of persuasion. One of the principles is called social proof, in which people follow the behaviours of others. So if a homeowner sees another homeowner using you to sell their property, they are likely to think, maybe we should use the agent to sell our property. Now, I hope this was useful. Watch the next video to see another strategy to generate more quality market appraisals from motivated sellers.